Hey everyone, and welcome to this first installment of my Better Than Wolves tutorial. I am Falatia, also known as Jerry to some, and this is my brand new Better Than Wolves tutorial test world as well. As you saw in the announcement time-lapse, I built this neat little house here. Since then I've filled it up with a couple of Better Than Wolves blocks and stuff that I'll be needing to show off the mod. But I won't really be doing much with the stuff in here for now, because this first episode will focus on what makes Better Than Wolves different from vanilla Minecraft. Not in terms of features added, but more in terms of useless stuff removed, stuff that's been changed, that sort of thing. When you first log into Better Than Wolves world, you'll notice that nothing really looks different than in vanilla Minecraft. That's because the mod does not affect world generation whatsoever. There are no changes to how trees grow, which biomes there are, where caves pop up or whatever. It's all vanilla. This also means that you will be able to convert your vanilla worlds to using Better Than Wolves without any hassle, without having to discover new terrain. It should all work right out of the box. However, there are a couple of things that really make Better Than Wolves feel a lot different than vanilla Minecraft, even though the worlds might be the same. One of the more noticeable ones, as you can see, I've been walking back and forth here on this little pavement road here, and the very eagle-eyed viewers might see that I'm actually walking quite fast here. As you can see here, I don't have any speed potions on. I don't have any armor or equipment that might increase my speed. That is simply to do with one of the latest additions to Better Than Wolves called Hardcore Movement. I have a splash potion of swiftness here. If I throw this, bam, I'll get speed 2, but I'm not really going any faster than I was before. So the potions that increase speed have been disabled, and instead we have this change where walking on roads will actually make you go faster than you would normally. As well as being faster on road, you're also slower in rough terrain. If you notice here, I'm basically slowing to a crawl in here in the tall grass. This will of course make exploration more dangerous, more time consuming, and it will definitely make your world feel a lot bigger than it is. To be a bit more technical about the hardcore movement here, I've made this contraption here. On the left here we have a timer. Basically each repeater here, there are 11 repeaters in total. Each repeater takes 0.2 seconds for a signal to pass through. So I send off a pulse using this pressure plate here. It'll light up repeater, the signal will travel along. Then when I reach the other end, step on this pressure plate here, all the repeaters here will lock, and I can see how far the signal goes, and therefore determine how quickly I walk through the surface here. To kind of give you guys a comparison of how big the movement changes are, I'm going to now start walking across here, across the stone. Then I'm going to test out with grass as well, and finally I'll do sand. And then I might do soul sand as well, we'll see. Alright, here goes. So, now the glass texture is really annoying, but I can see here that we have 6 repeaters. The first 3 are turned down, or turned off, but the next 3 are lit up. So it took 6 repeaters to walk this distance, which would equal to about 1.2 seconds. If we cycle this, and go back here, we have the grass now. I'll do the same. Keep walking, keep walking. And I actually have the same number as well, 6 repeaters here, but as you can see, the last one here has not. Before we had 3 repeaters turned on. This time we'll have 2, so that's like a small difference. Basically, walking on grass is not that much slower, but it's still noticeable. The effect becomes a lot more apparent when you're walking on sand, for instance. As you can see here, I actually have 5 repeaters turned off back there, and then 3 lit up. So that would be 8 repeaters. It took 1.6 seconds to go through the sand here. And soul sand, of course, being the slowest with 10 repeaters firing here. Another big change from vanilla Minecraft is the changes that have been to beds. In vanilla Minecraft, you can just go to your bed, sleep, and the night will disappear, all the mobs will die from the sunlight, and rain will stop if it's raining. I have a couple of beds here, it's night outside, so let's try sleeping. Ah, I'm too troubled to rest. This kind of takes away from the survival aspect of Minecraft in that there's not really a lot of survival to be doing when there's no one to threaten your life. And Better Than Wolves changes that. A lot of people hate this change, a lot of people appreciate it. I am one of the latter. I love the fact that I have to protect my house, my base, my belongings from monsters. I can get surprised when I go outside my house and suddenly a creeper standing there. It does make the game harder, but it also makes the game feel more rewarding in that you want to protect your stuff because it actually has a chance of getting lost or being blown up. The next couple of changes I will highlight has to do with the water. In Better Than Wolves, there is a mode called Hardcore Buckets. What it does is that it prevents you from moving source block. So you can see I can fill a bucket like normal here from the source block there, but when I pour it out, it's basically just a bucket full of water you pour out and then eventually it disappears or sinks into the ground or whatever. It does say that you don't create a new source block and you can't move them either. What you can do is still you can create source block the regular way by expanding upon natural lakes. So if there's a corner like this where two source block meets, they will still form a new source block. And you can fill your bucket from everything. That includes running water. So if you just do like this, in vanilla Minecraft you wouldn't be able to fill your bucket here, but as you can see, it goes fine here. In addition to these changes to water, there's also a similar change to lava. First of all, you cannot pick up lava. It'll just hiss and spit at you because, well, who are you to think you can pick up lava in an iron bucket? However, you can still use the hardcore water buckets here to make obsidian. This of course disables the ability to cast a frame for a nether portal, and thus forces you to actually find diamonds if you want to go there. But again, a lot of people would argue it's for the better, because it removes the shortcuts. Another change that's been made in order to kind of change how you interact with the world is the removal of the coordinates and the biome information from the free window here. If you look up here, there is no coordinates to be seen, there is no light level shown, and there is no which biome am I in. This was done again because having these sort of debug tools in a release game, in a full game, first of all, it doesn't make sense, and second of all, it basically nullifies the need to both build roads, to build landmarks, and to actually explore your world, and I just broke my road anyway. So in terms of gameplay, it actually takes a lot more away than it adds, when gameplay is supposed to be about building. Another change with water has to do with buoyancy. In Minecraft, everything you drop into an ocean will sink to the bottom, like this piece of cobblestone here. And so if you die in water, you're gonna have a hard time getting down to the bottom and picking it all up. In Better Than Wolves, the concept of buoyancy and variable density has been introduced, which means that stuff like these seeds, for instance, will float on top of the water. Whereas this slime ball here, if I go down into the water and throw it straight out, is neutrally buoyant, so it will stay at the same level at which I dropped it. When you die in Better Than Wolves, spawning again also works a bit differently. In this world, I think the original spawn is right over that hill, so if I go ahead and kill myself now, I'll just drown myself. Fast forward. Okay, I am just about to die now, so we'll see what happens when I die and click the respawn button. As you can see, it's taking an awful lot of time to download terrain, meaning that it's probably not somewhere close. I know for a fact that I was surrounded by forest biomes and meadows and a couple of deserts, but definitely no snow around me. So I have absolutely no idea where I am right now. That's the change called hardcore spawn, and basically what it does. It selects a random location within about 2 kilometers of your original spawn, and then when you die, you get sent here instead. And then the next time you die, it'll find another random location for you to spawn in. Originally, this was implemented for specifically for multiplayer anarchy servers, where you don't want people spawn camping, you don't want people um, just dying or dying to get a free teleport to a specific place. So this way, you get a teleport to a completely random place, which in many cases is more or less like starting a new world. So what you want to do is, when you've hardcore spawned, you want to dig down, you want to find some iron, you want to find some redstone, make a compass, and then maybe from original spawn you can get back to a base.